everyone, in this series of video I will explain the process of photosynthesis. This is the third video in this series. In this particular video I am going to explain the mechanism of photosynthesis. As I have told you earlier that photosynthesis can be divided into two phases. Okay, photosynthesis can be divided into two phases. First one is light phase or photochemical phase. Why they are saying it photochemical phase, I am going to explain. And then we have another name, that is Hill's reaction. Okay, and the another phase is light independent phase, also called biosynthetic phase. Biosynthetic phase, also known as Kelvin. This is a very well-known term in the world of biology. Kelvin Benson cycle. Okay, so first we are going to talk about the light phase. Okay, so first we are going to talk about the light phase. So in light phase we are going to know few things about the light phase. First of all, the light phase is called photochemical phase because the energy that we are getting from the sunlight, that energy is converted into chemical energy. Okay, so that's why it is called photochemical phase. And Hill's reaction, it is based on one scientist's name. Okay, so first we are going to start with light phase. Okay, so where can we find this light phase? I mean, where does it occur? It, as I have told you, that location of light phase is always thylakoid. In my previous video I have explained the structure of chloroplast, what is thylakoid, what is stroma, what is grana, etc. So if you want, you can go through that video as well. So the location is thylakoid, right? Now thylakoid we can find in chloroplast. They looks like stack of coins, right? And what are the requirements? What do we need for this phase? We need water, we need chlorophyll, and obviously we need sunlight, right? These are the three things that are required for the light phase. Okay, so light phase occur through few steps. Okay, one by one I am going to explain all those steps. So steps of light phase. Okay, first thing first, we have step 1. Step 1 is what? Step 1 is activation of chlorophyll. Okay, so chlorophyll, I'm writing CH. Okay, CH is chlorophyll. Okay, so chlorophyll absorbs light energy. Okay, light energy, that is the first step. Okay, light energy in form of photon. We all know what photon is. Photon is the smallest unit of light. Okay, photon is the smallest unit of light. Okay, after absorbing this photon, chlorophyll gets activated. Okay, and it gets activated. This is the first step. Okay, second step is that is step 2, is very important. It is photolysis of water. Photolysis of water. This step is very important for photosynthesis. Okay, photolysis of water. In very simple language, photolysis means breaking down of water, splitting of water. Okay, as I have told you that in case of light phase we need three things: water, chlorophyll and sunlight, and water molecule gets splitted. Okay, so by this activated chlorophyll, water molecule get broken down. Okay, in presence of light, it breaks down into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so this is what we are going to get via photolysis of water. Fine. This step is very important. Here this electron and hydrogen ion, these two will be required in our upcoming steps. Fine. Now each water molecule gives us 2 electrons. Okay, here we have two molecules of water, that's where we are getting 4 electrons. Okay, so each water molecule gives us 2 electrons. Okay, each water molecule, this is what we are getting. Fine. Okay, now these 2O, it converts into molecular oxygen. Okay, this is a byproduct of photosynthesis. I have already said this in my previous video, that oxygen is nothing but the byproduct of photosynthesis, and this is the source of oxygen that we need. We need oxygen, right? So this is the source. This is a byproduct. Okay. Now, scientist Robin Hill, let me use some, okay, so scientist Robin Hill first in this reaction he said that oxygen released in this process, photosynthesis, it comes from H2O. Oxygen that is released in the process of photosynthesis comes from water, H2O. Okay, that's why this reaction is also called Hill's reaction. Fine, that's why it is also called Hill's reaction. Fine. Next we are going to go to our third step. Okay, step 3. Just a moment. Step 3. Here ATP is formed. In this step 3, ATP is formed. This step is called photophosphorylation. Okay, this step is actually phosphorylation, but as it occurs in presence of light or with the help of light, that's why it is called photophosphorylation. Okay, photophosphorylation. Here what happens, ADP reacts with inorganic phosphate with the help of high energy electron, and they make it ATP. This is adenosine diphosphate and this is adenosine triphosphate. Okay, the ATP is also called the energy currency, right? ATP is also called energy currency. So energy released via photosynthesis is used to convert ADP into ATP. Okay, this step is called photophosphorylation. Next we will go to our step 4. I am explaining these reactions in a very simple manner. You can get it in any book if you want to go through those, but I am explaining in very simple manner that you can understand. Okay. Okay, step 4 is formation of NADPH. Formation of NADPH. Okay, so in photolysis we got electron and we got proton, right? So hydrogen ions released in photolysis does what? Reduces NADP into NADPH. Okay, NADP is reduced into NADPH. Okay, so this is what we are getting after the light phase. So after light phase, what we are getting? After light phase we are getting oxygen. That plays no role in the light independent phase, but it comes out through stomata and it comes into the atmosphere. That is the main source of oxygen, right? So in the end of light phase we are getting two things, that is ATP and NADPH. That's we are getting. Now these two things are used into our next phase of the photosynthesis. Okay, that is light independent phase. Okay, so that's it for today's video. This was the first step of photosynthesis, mechanism of photosynthesis. In the next video I am going to explain the light independent phase, also called Kelvin and Benson cycle, in details. Okay, thank you. If you like this video, if you like my content, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.